Chapter 9 Man of the House, MMA Sports, 1976. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. Thomas Jefferson. There they are! He wants to kiss her! Come on, pick up a rock! I whispered to Lenin. Wait! You sure you want to do this? I don't mind messing him up, but what if we hit Bebita? Lenin said. He wasn't sure about this. We must have been about 13 years old. It was getting dark on that hot and beautiful summer night. Lenin and I were chaperoning Auntie Bebita. She was sitting around the corner by Las Llaves Cuatas, the neighborhood's water faucet where everybody, and I mean everybody, even street dogs, used to go and drink water. Las Llaves Cuatas was like the water fountains they have at schools and airports in the US. We did not like her boyfriend because he was a chilango, a guy from Mexico City. We hated to see our grown-up aunts making out with their novios. It was my main job as the man of the house to protect. That was the thing to do for locals. We had to protect our women, especially our sisters, aunts, moms, daughters, neighbors, from guys trying to, how to say it without sounding crass? What the hell. We had to protect our women from guys trying to get into their pants. No, tonto, we're not going to throw the rocks at them. We're just going to aim for the cortinas, the metal curtains for the local stores. That way we'll get a lot of noise. You know what I mean? I winked. What if that's not enough? What if he kisses her? Asked Lenin. Well, in that case we'll go to plan B, I said. I brought firecrackers. Freeze the story. Firecrackers and teenagers are never a good combo. Firecrackers or any explosive device is never good for kids, my grandpa Indo used to say. He used to tell me about the Mexican Revolution, where Indalecio Ruiz Aguilar, my great-grandfather, was gunned down by the Federales, the side my grandpa Pancho fought for during this revolution, which seemed to be more like a civil war. When Los Federales attacked the rebel group in Apatzingan, my dad and the rebels were armed with low-caliber weapons, homemade shotguns, 22 rifles, machetes, even slingshots, Grandpa Indo said. What happened, Grandpa? Were the rebels able to repel the Federales' attack? I asked. Some of them, mijo, but others, my dad included, didn't. Grandpa Indo choked. He teared up every time he talked about this battle. My father didn't escape. He stayed. He didn't run. He stayed to fight and to stop the Federales from pursuing the other rebels. Did he put up a fight, Grandpa? Did he? Is that what you mean when you say that I should never run if somebody wants to fight me? I asked, excited about Grandpa's story. Grandpa Indo teared up again. No, mijo, not exactly. But I guess every man, at one time or another, has to make life-changing decisions. So what happened then? I cried. What happened next, mijo, was that the Federales, under the command of your grandpa Pancho, surrounded my father and the other fighters and waited until they ran out of ammo. They captured them, interrogated them, and shot them like dogs, said Grandpa Indo quietly. The Navarros, my family on my father's side, and the Ruiz, my family on my mother's side, had been hostile with each other for so long that they didn't even remember when or how it all started. It could have been because the Navarros had always been wealthy and influential, and the Ruiz were of humble origins, or because the Navarros had taken arms with the Federales, and the Ruiz had taken up arms with the rebels during the Mexican Revolution. After my dad died violently 3 months before I was born, the Navarros had always tried to be part of my life when I was growing up, but Grandpa Indo always made sure his daughter, my mom, never needed or asked anything from the Navarros. Therefore, I was raised by my grandpa and my aunts in El Aguate, a humble, fun, but violent neighborhood in Apatzingan. Back to my story. Boom blast! The two loud noises startled the lovebirds. First, a huge rock landed on the metal curtain next to where Bebita and El Chilango were sitting, and immediately after, a huge firecracker exploded right next to them. Mom! Tell Elio to leave me alone, please!" Bebita screamed. Although she couldn't see who had launched the attack, she knew exactly who it was. She also knew that it was the last warning Grandpa Indo had given me about using fireworks. The following day, Salvador, El Chilango, came over to talk to me. When I saw him, I couldn't believe it. He was the karate teacher, the one I had seen giving a karate exhibition, doing flying kicks, breaking bricks, and martial arts stunts, second only to Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. "Hey," said El Chilango, "do you know who I am and why I'm here?" The karate guy?" I said, embarrassed. "I didn't mean to hit you or scare you last night." "Don't sweat it, kid. I'm not here to reprimand you," said El Karateka respectfully. "I already asked your grandpa permission to go out with your aunt, but it looks like I need your permission too, so here I am. I'm asking you to let me date your aunt. I promise I'll respect her, and I'll respect your family's honor also." I didn't know what to say. The guy was eloquent, respectful, and, more importantly, he could kick my ass, faster than a fat kid chasing an ice cream truck on a summer afternoon. I guess. My grandpa say yes, and I say yes too, I say shyly. "Oh, I almost forgot, kid. Do you want to visit my martial arts studio? Maybe you'd like to take a class or two," said El Karateka. "No, my grandma says we cannot afford it. I already asked," I said, my head down, embarrassed that I couldn't afford to pay the monthly dues. "Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what. If you do well in school, you don't have to worry about paying," said El Karateka, smiling. "Is it hard to learn those flying kicks?" I asked. And so it was. I was introduced to martial arts. I was tired of boxing. I never won any bouts anyway. The name of this martial art was Kung Do Lama, a Chinese version of Kung Fu. We learned kickboxing and self-defense. I couldn't believe it. I was going to learn flying kicks. Doing martial arts was tough. Senseis, martial arts masters, pushed our body and mind so hard as to make us crack. Endless sessions of kicking and punching bags until we fell down. "You'll never know how far you can go until you know where your limits are, Elio," El Karateka used to say. "And then, once you know your limits, you'll find a way to push yourself until you conquer that limit. In fact, I arranged a kickboxing fight for you to test your skills. Are you up for the challenge?" El Karateka said with a smirk on his face. But El Soldado is 22. I don't know if I can keep up with his military kickboxing style," I said. My sensei was asking me to get in the ring with an experienced and seasoned kickboxer. "Do you think I'd ask you to get in there and fight if I didn't believe you could do it?" asked El Karateka. This was one of these times when I was inspired. Every time somebody, anybody, said, "I believe you can do it," that for me was enough for my young mind to step up, get out of my comfort zone, and try. I'd heard this from my basketball coach, my dance coach, and now from my sensei. A few years later, after I moved to Tijuana, I stopped doing Kung Do Lama and signed up at Ashito Ryu Karate Dojo, a Japanese martial art. Later, when I moved to the US, although I got my black belt in Kempo Karate, I studied Taekwondo, Aikido, wrestling, and later Jiu-Jitsu, or rather submission grappling.
Juan, Colorado me llaman, soy señores de Michoacán. Ya hasta los más salidones al mirarme muchos se van. Traigo mi cuerpo una silla que es de cuero, plata y marfil. Y dos pistolas al ciento para que entre en mí. que viva mi tierra Michoacán y deme charanda para brindar, que Juan Colorado ya está aquí, montado en su cueco en huracán. Cuando me encuentro resuelto que de frente quiera pelear, con mi pistola y machete por mi suerte yo he de ganar. Que viva mi tierra Michoacán y deme charanda para brindar, que Juan Colorado ya se va, montado en su cuenco en huracán.